graduation ceremony. We are going to begin this ceremony to start today's ceremony with greetings from Senator Chuck Schumer. He's the Democratic Majority Leader who has spent his career advocating for New Yorkers, including working to keep CUNY affordable and accessible for all, and especially for the $76 million he has given to QCC over the life of the college. Senator Schumer.
Thank you, and first of all, to the class of 2022, QCC, congratulations, you've made it. Let's have a round of applause. And I want to thank President Mangino. She's done a great job here. She came in during COVID, and she has really done a terrific job. So I want to thank her and the faculty and the staff, all the way down to the people who clean the floors late at night, who make this place one of the best community colleges, not just in New York City, but in our entire state. Job well done. And I'd also like to acknowledge Linda Lee, your great council member, who is here with us as well. Now, first I'd like to say a word to the parents in the audience. I know how you feel. Not long ago, my wife and I sat where you did and watched our daughter Jessica come up on the stage and get her diploma. It was one of the proudest days of our lives. You've been through a lot as parents. It's not easy raising kids these days, but now you get to watch all of your blood, sweat, and tears pay off as your son or daughter comes up on the platform, gets a diploma, and becomes an adult before your very eyes. And moms and dads, you have another treat later. Last night, I was at the hospital at 2:13 a.m., and my daughter gave birth to my granddaughter. So there's more good stuff coming, parents. I'd also like to say a word of thanks to another group. As we're speaking here and having a great time today, we know that last Monday was Memorial Day. And right now, there are young men and women from this community overseas. They've enlisted, they've volunteered, and they're overseas in dangerous places, risking their lives for us. Let's have a round of applause for them. And one more note, a sad note, in memory of all of those who tragically lost their lives in Buffalo, in Uvalde, in Tulsa, and in so many street corners here in New York and elsewhere because of senseless acts of gun violence. We must do everything possible to get these damn guns and these weapons of war off our streets, and we will keep fighting until we achieve that goal. Now, to this great class, QCC 2020. The challenges of the last few years have been truly unique. I'm sure you expected your time in college to bring a whole lot of new experiences, but I don't think when you enlisted you enrolled that there would be a global pandemic. And yet, here you are, after having earned a degree from a great institution of higher learning. You overcame immense obstacles to get here. Nothing, nobody can take that away from you. Of course, we have a lot more work to do, but little by little, we're seeing signs that life is returning to normal. It took a lot of work to reach this point. As Majority Leader, I worked hard to pass the American Rescue Plan, which put dollars in the pockets of millions of New Yorkers and hundreds of thousands of New York businesses to keep them going during COVID. And one of the things I'm pushing for right now, working hard to get it done, is to get President Biden to forgive $50,000 in undergraduate and graduate student loans, a crushing burden for too many. Now, graduates, we all know that this is an era of profound economic and social change. In the old days, when you graduated from college, the odds were pretty high you'd have the same job in the same field for 40 or 50 years. That's not so true anymore. Many of you will have several jobs. Many of you will even have several careers. And along with these economic changes, the internet has put so much information at our fingertips, it's sometimes hard to figure out what's important and what isn't, to even figure out what's true and what isn't. All too often on the internet, the loudest voices get the most attention. But, class of 2022, the good news about our changing world is this. Your generation, you, are better equipped than any other that came before it to overcome the obstacles they present, to seize the opportunities they afford. But right now, though, sitting in your seats, you may not be sure of what's going to come next. With so much of the world changing so darn fast, it may seem like you're jumping into an abyss. But the key, graduates, is this: do not fear the unknown. Embrace it, relish it, soak up every possibility it has to offer, and cast aside your fears. My advice to this great class of 2022 is simple: go for it. Now, how do I know this? Because I had the same doubts when I was your age. When I was seated at college graduation a while back, I had just learned, graduates, that I had won a scholarship to travel all around the world, all expenses paid, for a whole year. For me, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. I came from a family that didn't have that much money, and I never had been out of the country before. But at the same time, I met a girl, and I fell in love. Aww. So graduates, I had to decide. Do I go around the world for a whole year on the all-expense-paid scholarship? Or do I stay home with the girl, my first true love? Graduates, what would you have done? The class, Madam President, is divided. Well, I stayed home with the girl. Don't clap yet, you romantics out there. The story unfolds. That summer, she went on a brief vacation, and I went to the airport to meet her on her return. As soon as she got off the plane, I saw by the look on her face something was the matter. She dumped me by Labor Day. There I was. No scholarship. No trip around the world. No girl. I said to myself, forget about it. What a loser you are. You're never going to make anything of yourself. And in fact, I stayed in my house for several months, moped around, and felt sorry for myself. But somehow I picked myself up, dusted myself off, and a few years later, I found myself seated at graduation once again, this time from law school. But on the way home from law school, I told Mom and Dad I was not going to join the fancy law firm like we had planned. I told them my love was politics. I told them I wanted to help the community. My dream was to run for public office. My parents were shocked. My mother was particularly disappointed. As I mentioned, I grew up in a working-class family. They struggled to help me through college and law school, and this fancy law firm was paying $400 a week, which was more money than my family had ever seen. But my dream was to run for office. And so that fall, at the age of 23, against very long odds, I ran for the New York State Assembly, and I had three opponents. There was the party machine candidate, there was a neighborhood activist, and then there was my mother, who was telling all her friends not to vote for me. So as she said, I'd get this dumb idea of being a politician out of my thick head and do what I'm supposed to do. Well, graduates, a few years earlier, I sure didn't get that girl. But that November, I won the election. So, to this great class, on your day of achievement, take the risk. Beat back those fears and doubts. Don't let the fear of failing deter you. You know, for those of us who've gotten a bit older, some of the toughest moments are what I call the what-ifs. You look back and say, what if I'd only done this? What if I'd only gone there? You are about to cast off into the unknown. And I know it can be scary, but you've got great assets, a wonderful education from QCC, and families who will always have your back through thick and thin. So graduates, garner up your courage, garner up your strength, put aside your doubts, take a chance, and if you do, it is my hope, it is my prayer, and indeed it is my confidence that each of you will achieve true joy and true success in life. To this great class of QCC 2022, congratulations, good luck, Godspeed, and don't forget, go for it. Thank you, Madam President. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the great job. Congratulations, we love you. Okay.
President Mangino, I have the honor to report that there are now present members of the graduating class, the staff, and the faculty, Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York. The governing bodies of the City of New York and the State of New York all gathered to participate in the 61st commencement exercises and the inauguration of the 6th president of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York. Under the direction of Professor Stephen Dahlke, Queensborough music students will lead us in the singing of our national anthem. Will everyone please stand?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The audience will please be seated. Graduates, honored guests, the President of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York, Dr. Christine Mangino.
Thank you, Grand Marshal Klingen, and welcome, class of 2022. To Queensborough Community College's 61st commencement exercises. On this very special day, we celebrate the accomplishments of you, our students, who will receive degrees and certificates. You should all be very proud. This morning, you will be official graduates of Queensborough Community College. This is also a very significant moment for me. It's my first in-person commencement at Queensborough as Queensborough's president. I am honored to share this momentous occasion with you. 2 years ago, when I was appointed as president, many of you attended the college's virtual orientation. And I remember saying how I couldn't wait to see you walk across the stage at graduation. Well, here we are. You did it. Congratulations. I wish to extend a warm welcome and my deepest gratitude to your family and friends and to all the people who have supported and believed in your success. I also wish to welcome our elected officials, the Chancellor, and honored guests from the City University of New York, representatives of the CUNY Board of Trustees, the QCC Funds Board, and the distinguished faculty and staff who played an essential role in your college experience. This year, nearly 2,000 students will graduate from Queensborough. Many of you are continuing your education and have been accepted to esteemed City University of New York institutions, such as Queens, Baruch, Brooklyn, York, Hunter, John Jay, City College, and Lehman. Some of you are going to state universities like Stony Brook, Downstate Medical, FIT, and Binghamton. Some of our graduates will be attending private colleges as well, including NYU, Columbia, Hofstra, Fordham, St. John's, and Cornell, among others. And some of you are graduating from rigorous career programs which have prepared you to enter professional fields such as health, business, and technology. You came to Queensborough from all parts of the world, representing over 117 countries of birth and 64 languages. Each of you has a personal story of determination, and by graduating today, you have taken the first step towards achieving a better life for you and your families through education. Each of you overcame extraordinary challenges as you learned to navigate personal, professional, and academic responsibilities against the backdrop of an ongoing pandemic. It took tenacity to reach this special day. The experience you had at Queensborough, in and outside the classroom, has prepared you to engage in a world marked by uncertainty. Even with all that you have learned, you may experience anxiety taking the next step on your journey. Change is inevitable. Over your life, it will be around you and within you. Change is often challenging, and it takes courage to embrace it. You persisted because you knew that staying on course and working hard are the keys to success. Congratulations on your determination and commitment, as well as the kindness that you extended to each other along the way. This is your day, and esteemed guests are with us to share with you their congratulations. Welcome Honorable Council Member Linda Lee. Council Member Lee was elected to the New York City Council in November of 2021, becoming the first Korean American ever elected to the council and the first woman to hold the seat. She has been tirelessly working to maintain access to affordable and high-quality education for all who seek it. Councilmember Lee.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Morning. Thank you so much, President Mangino. And this commencement is a first for both of us. And I'm so honored to be here in my new role and to welcome you all and to welcome you as the new president of QCC. And as you mentioned, myself as well as my colleague in the City Council, Julie Wan, we are the first Korean Americans ever elected to the City Council, which is crazy to think about. And it doesn't surprise me that we are women. Sorry, no offense to all the men. And for the very first time, we have a majority women-led City Council, which is amazing. QCC is and continues to be a gem for this district, in my district. I'm very proud to say that this is my district. And the entire CUNY system is an irreplaceable asset to our city, as it is the feeder of so many New Yorkers into successful careers as business leaders and academics, medical professionals, and more. And as QCC students, CUNY grads, and members of the class of 2022, you face unique challenges, but I will say opportunities ahead of you in your careers. In my experience as a social worker, so before this, I've been in the nonprofit sector for the last 20 years, so just a plug for you guys that don't know what you want to do, we need mental health professionals, we need social workers, there's jobs waiting for you, so I'm just putting a plug. So I am a social worker and ran a nonprofit organization, and now as council member, there are two kinds of people that I find in this world. Those who face challenges and buckle in the face of it, and those who seize the opportunities that those challenges present. So as the first Korean American and one of the first Korean elected to City Council and the first woman and person of color elected to this seat, I understand what it means to take certain opportunities into your hands. And my parents immigrated from South Korea, opened up a dry cleaners to provide for my sister and I a good life in the United States. And thank you, parents, for all of your hard work, many of you who are working multiple jobs. So I just want to give a shout out to the parents, because without you and your hard work, especially a lot of the newly immigrated families that are here, it takes a village, and I know how hard it is and how much sacrifice you've given to have your children graduate today. So I just want to thank the parents here. But my parents also faced immense challenges, but they never lost sight of the opportunity that life here in America presents opportunities. And the responsibility put on us was high, my sister and I, and it will be for you too going forward as CUNY graduates. My family expected me to be a doctor, a banker, business person, finance, and they're still wondering why or whether I'm going to law school. And I keep telling them they're gonna be waiting for a while for that. And I know that the story resonates with a lot of you here because it's the same story that you or your family may have experienced. Many of you are firsts as well, the first generation born in America or the first person to go to college in your families. And no matter what your background, you've accomplished an incredible amount just by being here. But despite the challenges you face, there's strength, and you know that it takes a village and that nobody succeeds on their own. The strength of your community, your QCC community, your community at home and in your social lives will help you do more than any one person can do alone. And being a graduate of CUNY means that you did things the hard way, the honest way, and nobody handed anything to you and you don't take anything for granted. And you're the class of 2022. No other class has faced the challenges you have from starting school in the middle of a pandemic, adjusting to online and hybrid classes, and so many other issues and problems. And yes, the road has been difficult, but it's made you flexible. You're the first class to graduate into the post-pandemic world. And many people working today are having trouble adjusting to their new reality, but not you. This is a world you've been prepared for, and it's yours to make the most of, and you all are graduating for such a time as this. So as QCC students, as CUNY graduates and members of the class of 2022, here's my statement to you. You're going to face challenges in life, that's for sure, and the challenges you've overcome are nothing compared to what's ahead of you. But the challenges you've overcome have also prepared you for those still ahead. So seize those opportunities for everything that they're worth, good and bad. Draw upon the strength of your communities. Use that work ethic CUNY students are known for, and never forget the flexibility required to graduate in the class of 2022. Taken together, those are incredible elements of success, and they will set you apart for the rest of your careers. So congratulations to all of you. Good luck, and thank you so much for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Lee. Dr. Guillermo Linares, President of the New York State Higher Education Services Corporation. Dr. Guillermo Linares is bringing greetings on behalf of the New York State Governor, Kathy Hochul, who visited our campus last summer and has been a tireless advocate for public higher education.
Good morning. Buenos dias. Councilmember Lee, it's so wonderful to have you here today when you've made history. I think we continue to make history. I was the first Dominican elected as member of the New York City Council in the United States. As the president, thank you for that introduction. My job in state government is to help pay for college. So if you receive TAP or the Excelsior Scholarship or the most recent program that we have, the DREAM Act, that comes through the agency that I preside. So it's a special day for me to be here joining you today. Trustee of the City University, Chancellor, Madam President, congratulations on your installation as president of this wonderful institution, QCC. It is my honor to be joining you today on behalf of New York State Governor Kathy Hochul. The governor sends her regards and offers her sincere congratulations to the class of 2022. It has been quite a ride for this class. You face the extra challenge thrown at you when COVID-19 pandemic spread across our state, our nation, and the globe. But you persevered and made it to the finish line. Congratulations, graduates. As president of HESC, my life's work has focused on improving access to public education, and I'm privileged to help carry out Governor Kathy Hochul's vision for all New Yorkers and to work towards a shared goal to help New York students realize their dream of a higher education. As a first-generation college student and a native of the Dominican Republic who immigrated to New York as a teenager, I know firsthand the profound impact a college education can have. A college education can help close equity gaps and accelerate upward mobility, especially among minority populations. Today, I could not be prouder to be standing here joining the graduating class of 2022. As New York's next generation of leaders, it is your chance to put your education, your skills, and your experience into action as you continue forward into your path to success. Today, I want to share a few words that have helped me find success in my journey from that young Dominican who came to New York at the age of 14 years old to become the first Dominican American elected to office in the United States to now be president of HESC. First, remain rooted in who you are. Be true to yourself and never surrender your core values and principles, even if it means saying no. Second, understand and acknowledge that opportunities exist for you because of those who came before you. Remember those that came before you and took on challenges to give you the opportunity to be able to stand here today. And even more importantly, take a minute to thank those people who are today your parents proudly here, your family, your friends who lifted you up and helped you get to this stage today. Third, keep open doors for others following you. Leverage your talent and skills so that other people will have an opportunity. And as you move forward in life and work, reach out and grab others to bring them along. Fourth, and leave your doors open. Know that opportunity comes from unexpected people and places. And lastly, fifth, remember that teamwork is the key to overcoming challenges. Find that cohort of people who will work with you to push forward. It is my sincere privilege to join you today. Thank you for having me and congratulations once again.
Thank you, Dr. Linares. I am pleased to introduce Honorable Sandra Wilkin, who will bring greetings as a member of the CUNY Board of Trustees. Vice Chair Wilkin, a CUNY graduate, is president and founder of Bradford Construction, a leading woman-owned construction firm. She is only the second woman ever to receive the Lubavitch Youth Organization's Woman of Valor Award for her commitment and dedication to helping people of all ages, regardless of race, religion, color, or creed, finds meaning and direction in life. Honorable Wilkin.
Good morning. President Dr. Christine Mangino, Chancellor Felix Matos Rodriguez, the Honorable Linares Gourmaris, and the Honorable Council Member Lee, Student Government Association President Naveed Sandhu, esteemed faculty, honored elected officials, friends, and family, and most importantly, the Queensborough Community College graduating class of 2022. On behalf of Chairman William Thompson and the entire CUNY Board of Trustees, congratulations to you and your families. Thank you to the faculty, administration, and foundation for your commitment to the student body and to making this day possible. And of course, thank you, President Mangino. You have championed student success and fostered community partnerships with remarkable tenacity in the midst of a seemingly relentless pandemic. And I know you would agree, as we have been hearing, is what I say is that Queensborough is so phenomenal in the CUNY system because of its diversity. It is unmatched in the world, and each of you and us came to Queensborough with vastly different life experiences, and you'll hear that through many of the remarks today, quite as single parents, veterans, or first person in the family to attend college. So today, I'd like to share what I've held in my heart and mind since my own graduation a couple of years ago. Well, maybe more. I was never good at math. And like you, my journey began at a community college. I attended Kingsborough and Hunter, where I studied nursing. But like many college students, I frequently thought about dropping out of school to help support my family. You see, my father passed away in my late teens, and my mother suddenly found herself single, unemployed, and unprepared. Like most mothers in the 1960s, she had never graduated from high school or worked outside the home. So I wanted to graduate from Lincoln High School in Brooklyn, skip college, and get a job to help her. But my mother thought that was a terrible idea. She told me I must go to college and stop smoking. And as you know, you don't have much of a choice but to listen to your mother. Today, I am so glad that I did. I ended up spending the next 2 years at Kingsborough Community College, and the education I gained there served as a launching pad for my career as the head of my own construction company. So looking back, even though, okay, yay, women-owned businesses, thank you. Looking back, even though community college wasn't my first choice in what I wanted to do in life, it turned out to be my best choice. And that's where many community colleges are today. They are very often the best choice. And I say that like places like Queensborough are one of the best kept secrets in America. According to Forbes, the fastest growing jobs in America come with a 2-year degree. President Biden had said, we need the best educated and the most skilled workforce in the world. And as I look out into the audience, I know the president is talking about Queensborough graduating class of 2022. And it was first, however, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden who has said it best about the students she worked with. She said, as a community college professor, as we see the hardworking professors here, for her 20 years, I've seen the determination, resilience, and dedication of countless students. Regardless of circumstances, they show up. They work hard. They believe anything is possible. So with that, and other alums of Queensborough, they probably thought about that too. So you are joining the list of Queensborough attendees that included hip-hop duo Salt and Pepper, actor Ray Romano, and of course, our New York's great Mayor, Eric Adams. It is truly the beauty of CUNY's community colleges that so many of us have benefited from. And no doubt, the president, Dr. Mangino, would agree with us about that. And as you have begun the next phase of your life at a time of tremendous uncertainty, you may find that the challenges that lay ahead you are and are actually opportunities in disguise. And because of that, you have an immense opportunity to make your mark on the world. And there's no better place to do that than the epicenter of the world, also known as New York City. And Queens is the most special place in that epicenter. And I may have a bit of a soft spot for Queens. In fact, Queens, Long Island City is my home, and I am honored to be known as the oldest millennial in my building. And of course, the incredible Queensborough Community College campus provides for the Kupferberg Holocaust Center, to the Performing Arts Center, to the QCC Art Gallery, to the Advanced Manufacturing Lab, where you can have a 3D print of a model of a heart, kidney, or anatomical hand design. I think that may come in handy. That level of opportunity is unparalleled and unmatched anywhere else. Queensborough is opportunity central. It's now your chance to seize that opportunity. Take this opportunity to start something that no one has done before. Take this opportunity to embrace risk and leave your comfort zone. That is the opportunity afforded by an education at Queensborough. To the Queensborough Community College of 2022, I wish you well and a life full of determination, resilience, and a belief that anything is possible. And please live your educational journey. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Wilkin. And bringing greetings is CUNY Chancellor Dr. Felix Matos Rodriguez, a champion of accessibility, inclusion, and excellence in higher education, and a dear colleague from our time together at Ostos Community College. The Chancellor's distinguished career spans both academia and the public sector. He is a scholar, administrator, and former cabinet secretary for the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. Chancellor Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you so much. Thank you, Madam President. Buenos dias. Good morning. Everybody doing good? So happy to be here in this in-person commencement. So happy to be here in this first in-person commencement for President Mangino. I know it will be the first of many more. And on this special day for your great president, I'll say a few things about her when we come over for her investiture. Class of 2022, I am so proud of you. Are you energized about getting your degrees? No. Unless I get more love, the speech will be longer. Are you energized about getting your degrees? Now we're talking. You've heard today about how great it is to be part of the long tradition of the family of Queensborough Community College, the distinguished alumni, the great faculty, the staff. This institution has been an anchor in this community for so many years. You're part of that great tradition, and you should be very, very proud of that. I also want to remind you that today you also join another family, and it's the family of the City University of New York. CUNY. For some of you, being part of that family is something that you know a thing or two about. Because I understand that there's some folks in the audience here who, after getting a diploma here, will continue to be in the family and to advance to get their degrees at another CUNY institutions. So can I have all of you who are either being accepted, waiting to be accepted, or praying to get accepted at another CUNY institution to please stand up? We continue to welcome to the family. To those of you who are joining other families, good luck, and why are you paying more? I'm going to end there. But the second thing that I want to instill in you today is that you are also part of a great city university tradition. And it was a dream that got started 175 years ago when CUNY began with the Free Academy. It was a group of just 143 students that had many of the same attributes that you have today. They were brilliant. They had aspirations. They had desires. They wanted to go places. They had plans for their lives. They wanted to improve their community. They wanted to improve their family life. What they didn't have were the resources to get a college education. And that Free Academy began that dream of providing an excellent education to individuals that had all the talent in the world, that had all the brilliance, all the grit and tenacity to make it happen, right? That seed that got started 175 years ago of 143 students, now this year, you are part of 55,000 graduates who are graduating from CUNY in all around the system. That seed that began. And I want to tell you, Trustee Wilkin mentioned all those great alumni from Queensboro. I can read you another list of all the great alumni from all the City University of New York, and they have something totally in common with you. They sat right there. They sat at a commencement ceremony waiting to get the diploma with their proud families looking at them, with the proud faculty looking at them, right, at the end of a really beautiful journey. So you are as worthy, you are as special, you are as phenomenal as every graduate of the City University of New York has been for the past 175 years. But you have something special. When I sign your diplomas, and I do. I sit there for hours at night before commencement, drinking coffee, drinking whatever Powerade, whatever those monster things, those drinks, whatever, and to sign those things, special ink, because your diploma is a pandemic diploma. It has extra special powers, because it was a very, very different and difficult experience, and you guys persevere. You are here today, so I wanted that diploma to be signed with something special, because you deserve that for the work that you did and the circumstances that you faced in getting that diploma. All right? So that story of the City University, that promise of education, that indispensable tool for the City of New York to bring about social mobility, civic engagement, and change, which we need more than ever as we try to rebuild the economy out of the pandemic, right? That special sauce of social mobility. I'm going to give you one more example of how you are living proof that that seed that was planted 175 years ago continues. Can I ask all of you who are getting your diploma today, who are the first one in your family to get a college degree, to please stand up? That is an incredible example of the work Queensboro Community College and the City University of New York does to bring about change in the City of New York, to improve people's lives, to improve the life of communities, and to bring about social mobility in New York. So I want all of you to know today that as you move forward with great pride, with great enthusiasm, Queensboro Community College, the City University of New York, and this Puerto Rican Chancellor will always have your back. Congratulations and felicidades. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. Bringing greetings from the college's Academic Senate is the chair of the Academic Senate Steering Committee, Dr. Stephen Dalkey.
It makes me happy to say this right now. At this time, I would like to invite the Chancellor to begin the investiture of our new president.
Thank you. I will just take the handles here. Let me go back to the part of the book that says investiture. All right. Thank you so much, and it is my privilege and my deep honor to present Dr. Christine Mangino for her investiture as the 6th president of Queensborough Community College. I've had the pleasure of knowing her since my days at Hostos. Actually, I am proud that you were part of my investiture when you were the chair of the education department at Hostos. And let me tell you, one of the most important responsibilities of the chancellor is to nominate the key individuals that you want to be president of the campuses to the Board of Trustees. When the search at Queensborough was completed, we had a great field of individuals, extremely talented people, but I have had the pleasure of working with Dr. Mangino. I know how much she cares about students. I love the long hours that she puts. I love her total no-nonsense attitude towards getting the job done and moving the agenda ahead. I know what a great educator and how she understands exactly what you guys go through because she came from a very similar place in her own education. So I knew she was the right person for the job. I was so proud to have nominated her to be the president. And because she's so special, we have a special guest who's going to join us as part of the investiture. Someone who spent some time here too, and someone who we're extremely proud because is a CUNY alum, is a friend of CUNY, and now he's leading the city in a very difficult time. So please give a big welcome to our phenomenal Mayor of New York, Eric Adams. So great to have you here.
Thank you. This school is extremely significant for me, and it's almost an emotional level for me. This was the school after going through K through 12, walking in classrooms, having on the back of the chair, Eric, the dumb student, unable to keep up with my classmates, really resented going to class every day, and it was just a challenge. And it was right here in this school that I was sitting in the library one day just struggling. And in the next aisle, there was a person listening to a documentary on learning disabilities. I pulled out that documentary and I looked at it and I leaned back in the chair and I said, I'm not dumb, I'm just dyslexic. And after learning how to learn differently, I was able to go from being a mere D student to being on the dean's list. Being on the dean's list. And walking on this campus is just full of just possibilities. You know, growing up in Queens was a struggle for me. I was arrested, dyslexic, rejected, but darn it, now I'm elected. I'm the mayor of the city of New York. So as you start this journey, this school will always be in your heart. This is, I like to say, this is your first. And you always remember your first. But as you leave here, you have to leave here more than being academically smart. You have to be emotionally intelligent. You have to embrace the diversity of this great borough. If all you do is obtain an academic degree in the sterilized environment of a classroom or a campus, then that's a Shakespearean tragedy. Learn the joy and beauty of diversity. Learn why someone wears a hijab, a kufi, a yarmulke. Go to a mosque, a synagogue, a church, a Baptist church or Buddhist temple. Eat different foods, learn different music. If you only know people that look like you, talk like you, walk like you, do the same things, that is just so sad. This city is just an amazing place. And then lastly, reread our national anthem. This is our country. I pledge allegiance to this flag of the United States of America. I believe in this country, and we don't get it right all the time. But there's no German dream, there's no French dream, there's no Polish dream, but darn it, that's an American dream. And we all have a right to obtain that dream and make that dream perfect. So it doesn't matter where you come from. Our secret weapon is that dash that sits between our names. African dash American, Caribbean dash American, Jewish dash American, Chinese dash American, Polish, German, Indonesian, Portuguese dash American. You take that dash away, we no longer special. That's the dash that makes us. And that's the dash that's going to sustain us. And I'm proud to be the mayor of this amazing city, not because of the brick and mortars, not because of the buildings, but if I can borrow from Snapple's soft drink, we are great because we are made up of the best stuff on earth. We're New Yorkers. Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Mayor Hans. Why don't we give some extra love to our mayor, who made a special chance to be here with you. In addition to our mayor, we have Trustee Wilkins, who will be swearing in President Mangino. And we also have a special guest from the audience who has agreed to assist us with the presentation of the Presidential Medallion. So I now invite Dr. Guillermo Linares to join us on stage and bring the Presidential Medallion. Which is here. Oh, he was so efficient, he did it before all that, right? Trustee Wilkins?
Mayor? Mayor Adams? Love to share this with you.
When she's done swearing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Christine Mangino, by the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I hereby vest in you the office of President of Queensborough Community College, with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining. As a symbol of that office, we present you with the President's Medallion, charging you to fulfill the obligations of your office. Congratulations.
Thank you, Trustee, Mayor, Chancellor, and Dr. Linares. I am so excited to be the 6th president of Queensborough Community College. And Dr. Delkey, I am going to bring you back up for your actual remarks.
I was afraid you were going to say that. It's such a beautiful thing to stand here and look out and see all of your faces, to hear the story of our mayor, to hear from our chancellor, to learn more about our president. I know that's what it's all about, what we have done here with you, our students, from the very beginning of your journey here. I look out and I see your faces. I see Sarah, I see Hector, I see Julian, I see Marcos, I see Melody, and I know there are others. We've been on a long journey together, learning about our discipline, but learning about each other. And that's the most important thing in our world. And that's why we call this a university, because it's a university of information. Information about all our brothers and sisters across this planet and how we all express our own unique cultures, how the natural world works, how mathematics work, how music works. That's what we've tried to teach you to do, to be observant. And a minute ago, the chancellor was speaking about people who are the first in their family to graduate. And I saw a woman standing here. I think I'm looking at you right now, and you were fanning yourself, but I don't think it was because you were hot. I think it was because you didn't want too many tears to come. And when I looked at you, I saw a whole world of information. And that's what we do. We learn to observe one another. That's the teamwork we heard Dr. Linares talking about a little earlier. That's the superpower we heard Phalo, our chancellor, talking about a little earlier. So I don't know if we're brave enough to do it, but I hope we can. And that includes everyone on the president's platform here with me. All our beloved graduates, the parents, the families, our faculty. Can you find a pair of eyes to look at? It might take you a minute because the person next to you might be looking at someone else, but find a pair of eyes to look at and just look. And a whole world of information will come to you. All the heartbreak and the joys and the triumphs and the challenges. It's so easy to observe when you just make that commitment, and I know it's not easy. Now, can you find another pair of eyes and let another whole world of information come into you? I know it feels good, and I know it makes us more powerful. That's all I had to tell you today. Keep observing, keep learning, and we'll be the best team we can be together. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Professor. Bringing greetings on behalf of the faculty, Dr. Philip Pecorino, Chairperson of the Faculty Executive Committee.
Good morning. Is it still morning? I'm observing. What I observe is the waving, and it means keep it short, right? So these remarks, to hell with them. I'm here on behalf of the faculty, and on their behalf, I want to say congratulations to all of you. But I'm not here to give congratulations. You get that from everybody else. I'm here for thank yous. Let me start with thanking everyone who helped you on your journey to this day. Your family, your friends. We don't do it alone, and you know that. I want to thank all of you graduates for what you have taught us, your faculty, about what works and what doesn't work. The only way we get better is through what you tell us works and doesn't work. So thank you all for those lessons. I want you all to thank yourselves for a very important lesson. Yeah, it's an opportunity, a teachable moment, educator that I am, edukari. I'm going to lead out of you something. Maybe you don't realize it. But you need to thank yourself for the lesson you just taught yourself. That when you set your mind to it, you can do things, you can achieve things, you can achieve very, very difficult things. Think how long it took you to get here. Think of what you had to go through and all the assistance you needed to put together to be here today. So, going forward through life, keep that in mind. That whatever twists and turns your life's journey takes you, and today you commence on the next step on that journey, you'll be able to achieve your goals if you just keep at it. And one more thing, not a thank you, but a request. No one knows how that journey will take twists and turns and where you may end up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, I'm 75. But along the way, try to be as kind as you can to everyone you meet. It'll make for a better world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pecorino. And now, bringing greetings on behalf of your fellow students is Navneet Sandhu, President of Queensborough Student Government.
Hello and Sat Sri Akal. Welcome everyone to the 2022 graduation ceremony. I would want to thank all the faculty, staff, and administration for being a part of this special day. I would like the family and friends that have joined the class of 2022 in this celebration. My name is Navneet Sandhu, and I am the current Student Government President. The Student Government Board and I would like to congratulate you today for your accomplishments. You have made it, class of 2022. I know you all are graduating today because of great sacrifice and motivation. My motivation for attending college is my son. I started QCC last year during the pandemic, and I was very excited, but also very overwhelmed by college. As a full-time college student and a single mother to a toddler, college was very tough. I faced many challenges this year, such as staying up all night, studying while my son was asleep, after caring for him all day, or studying while walking around the block trying to keep him occupied. I know there are many graduates here today that experience similar struggles. Can we get a round of applause for all the single parents out there? My experience at Queensborough Community College has been great. I have completed my second year at Queensborough as a health science major. After summer internship and one more semester, I will be transferring. The faculty, administration, and staff have supported me throughout my experience. Queensborough staff and faculty are very supportive and willing to listen and help in every way. I hope Queensborough has been a great experience for all of you. Remember to never give up, keep pushing yourself until you are successful, and always believe in yourself. Stay motivated and don't let what others say affect you. You all have made it. All of the hard work that you put in day and night has brought you to this point. You all are the future. I wish all of you the best for the next steps in your life. Please stay in contact with Queensborough, and if you have the opportunity, please give back to this great school. Once again, I would like to congratulate the class of 2022. Best of luck to you all.
Thank you, Navneet. With us on the platform are many distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until I finish recognizing them. Mrs. Charlene Prunis, Vice Chair of the QCC Fund Board. Mr. Peter Tu, President of the Flushing Chinese Business Association. Dr. Christopher Rosa, former Assistant Vice Chancellor for Student Inclusion Initiatives and current President and CEO of the Viscardi Center. And Mr. Joseph Jubowski, Board Member, Friends of the Veterans of New York. Other esteemed colleagues from the City University of New York, including Dr. Claudia Schrader, President of Kingsborough Community College, Dr. Elizabeth Hendry, Provost of Queens College, and Ms. Dolly Martinez, Chancellor's Chief of Staff and Associate Vice Chancellor for the Executive Office. From the college, we have Dr. Stephen DiDio, Vice President and Chief Communications Officer, Dr. William V. Faulkner, Vice President of Finance and Administration, Ms. Amaris Matos, Assistant Vice President for Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging, Ms. Lois Florman, Executive Counsel and Labor Designee, Dean Arthur Corradetti for Institutional Effectiveness, Interim Dean Margot Edlin for Faculty, Dean Wei-Yin Xu from Continuing Education and Workforce Development, Dean Liza Larios from Human Resources and Labor Relations, Dean Veronica Lucas from Enrollment Management, Dean Michael Pullen from Academics, and Dean Tacola Russell for the students, as well as 17 chair people from our academic departments. We will now move to the portion of the ceremonies where we recognize those members of our graduating class who are receiving awards. Will the recipients please come forward when I call your name? The John F. Kennedy Memorial Award goes to the student demonstrating outstanding college and community leadership. This year's recipient is Ziwa Ellen Chu, who is continuing at SUNY Geneseo to study early childhood education. The Martin Luther King Jr. Award is presented to a student who has demonstrated exceptional leadership in promoting harmony and appreciation of cultural diversity. This year's recipient is Tyrone Kalu, who will continue his studies at CUNY City College of New York in mechanical engineering. President's Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Associate in Arts degree is presented to the student with the highest GPA in the AA degree program. This year's recipient is Ziwa Ellen Chu. The President's Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Associate in Science degree is presented to the student with the highest GPA in the AS degree program. This year's recipient is Audrey Arias, who will continue her studies at CUNY Hunter College to study biological sciences. And the President's Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Associate in Applied Science degree is presented to the student with the highest GPA in the AAS degree program. This year's recipient is Mafusul Sishan, who unfortunately is not able to be here in person with us today, but he is watching live and will continue his studies in accounting at CUNY's Baruch College. So graduates, you are leaders. You have demonstrated strength of character, integrity, and adaptability. You have taken classes in more formats, online and in person, and from more places than perhaps any other graduating class in the history of Queensborough. Think about that. You proved during your time here to be creative, persistent, and resilient. Keep using those skills, take risks, and be bold. Be proud and share your experiences with others. You are empowered to make 2022 and beyond a better, more equitable, and kinder world. Among our graduates are frontline heroes, our first responders, nurses, medical professionals, and members of the armed services who have selflessly served our community. We celebrate you and thank you. Everyone else here today who has served our country, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. There is nothing magical about your success other than the way it feels. It came from your passion, patience, perseverance, and the promise that you made yourself. Now that you have attained that success, I hope you know yourself a bit better. I hope you know your own voice, and I am confident that your voice will make a difference. I can quote many people, but there are two statements I'd like to share attributed to President Obama. He said, "Progress will come in fits and starts. It's not always in a straight line. It's not always a smooth path." I think everyone with us today can attest to that. He also said, "If you work hard and meet your responsibilities, you can get ahead, no matter where you come from, what you look like, or who you love." The persistence and resilience you displayed over the last 2.5 years has left you uniquely prepared to make a positive impact on the world. I implore you to use those skills you attained wisely, and I offer you the following to take with you along the way. Believe in yourself as we believe in you. Take risks and do not stay on the sidelines. Be an active participant. Make a difference, follow your passion, and pledge to leave this world a better place than you found it. I once sat where you are today as a proud community college graduate, and I, like many of you, were the first in my family to go to college. I will always remember the deep pride I felt crossing the finish line. You too will always remember this day, which marks the beginning of the next fantastic chapter of your lives. Amidst all the changes we have lived through and are living through, one thing is certain: you will always have a home here at Queensborough Community College. Your experiences and interactions with one another, with the strangers who became friends, and the faculty and staff who became mentors, have positively impacted your life. Stay connected and let us know how you're doing. Your professors, advisors, and all of us at the college feel great joy when we hear from former students about their many successes and accomplishments. You have kept the promise you made to yourself to one day graduate, and here you are today. I want you to know that you have the greatest respect from all of us at Queensborough. You all make us so proud. And thank you and congratulations to the truly remarkable class of 2022. At this time, we will confer your degrees.
We shall now proceed with the conferring of degrees and certificates. The certificates will be presented by Dean of Institutional Effectiveness, Dr. Arthur Corradetti. Will the audience please refrain from applauding until degrees for each group have been conferred and certificates granted? Will the candidates for degree of Associate in Arts please rise?
These candidates.
President Mangino, these candidates have met all of the requirements for their degrees. I am pleased to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate in Arts.
Upon the recommendation of the Dean and the Provost and Vice President, as well as the faculty of the college, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer on you the degree of Associate in Arts with all the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto appertaining.
Assad Sheikh.
Students wearing blue and white cords are graduating with honors, and students wearing white yellow stoles are members of the Phi Theta Kappa.
Darling Ortiz Betancourt. David M. Gonzalez. Idalmi Lantigua. Hui Zhang. Nicole Politis. Gayatri Hernandez. Michael Chimbalima. Odalise Flores. Linda Carrasco. Alexandra Yuhansensi. Samantha Jaramillo. Michaela Rozansky. Daniela Teran. Moshe Howard. Kyla Tyndall. Chuseline Jean Toussaint. Aldine Jean Toussaint. Precious Richardson. Melody Escoboza. Stella Karayargaki. Dina Espinosa Gutierrez. Sawa Helen Chu. Tanya Montedesca. Sohini Roberts. Gayatri Tavansundaram. Berenice Castaneda. Emily Hamilton. Linda Rojas. Guinderjit Kaur. Jennifer Enriquez Aguilar. Catherine Matthews. Claudette Philippe Elige. Janice Valerio. Andrea Herrera. Tamina Gundal. Liliana Riascos Davis. Rochelle Lopez. Victoria Afzali. Danielle White. Angelina Mendez. Fawzia Saleh. Jacqueline Stern. Tandagia Steffens. Tanya Pitter. Natalia Hossein. Bryce Batoon. Yiji Wang. Jiwei Liao. Kayla Faubert. Ruth Paredes. Terrell Jack. Jordan Rella. Humaira Chowdhury. Nadine Ranjiawan. Maria Rivera. Destiny Mitchell. Tyrell Kalu. Samantha Charles Brown. Jagal Brown. Kimraji Samaru. Carolina Lopez. Eliana Spector. Melanie Millen. Valencia Valestin. Chantel Miller. Sarah Moraes. Faith Alvarado. Julianne Simpson. Aisha Bishop. Wendy Vargas. Jose Ramirez. Christine Williams. Isabel Price. Shaktir Brown. Alexis Warren. John Paula. Nazrin Sultana. Travis Moore. Fransaskia Basile. Rashanda Shadi. Joy Ali Dimeji. Kathleen Nosrati. Aniva Gaffar. Rosemary Jaikaran. Yaneli Adino Bueno. Nagella Antoine. Whitney Exum. Natalie Sinchi. Kimberly Sanchez. Susana Pandoja. Omar Alvarado Garcia. Arnel Filimi. Erlinda Castro. Genesis Golden. Elizabeth Rosario. Stephanie Torres. Cheyenne Curtis. William Campos. Joanna Asasuyi. Angel Melendez. Janine Abuasi. Hannah Lois Lanting. Joshua Chandrada. Taylor Budan Singh. Danielle Contino. Arelis Concepcion. Jana Melville. Samantha Flores. Jacqueline McDonald. Precious Campo. Pedro Gonzalez. Joseph Rao. Joshua Rivers. Quentin Adams. Maxine Francis. Charlene Valcent. Nicole Pan. Tatiana Guevara. Chaya Azevedo. Kimberly Morales Vasquez. Sharad Smith. Laviena Sucura. Danielle Hernandez Jr. Woodrow Scott. Rashida Leacock.
Rosamond Montama.
What is it?
Rosamond Montama.
Rosamond Montama. Mark Jason Barameda. Omar Maula. Salina Bisnal. Dejania Brown. Carlos Mancia. Lord Zadayano. Edwin Thomas. Evernomi Chiro. Tricia Williams. Desaline Ramnas. Nirvani Javanavarin. Jerome McMillan. Takwe Wilson Hill. Monica Barrera. Brian Delgado. Brittany Dudnau. Angie Gabriela Gonzalez. Lynn Lindor. Angelique Williams. Cayetano Daphne. Or Daphne Cayetano. Excuse me.
Andrew Denaro. Carol Samuels. Serena Carson. Tavares de Antoine Perla. Jorge Rodriguez. Sonia Hoke. Evangeline Van Dyke. Visha Prasad. Menawati Thakordine. Debbie Alexander. George Hua. Gaytree Ramrag. Sebastian Santos. Nardia Jamieson.
Will candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science please rise?
The candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Sciences are assembled. President Mangino, these candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees. I am pleased to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate in Applied Science.
Upon the recommendation of the Dean and the Provost and Vice President, as well as the faculty of the college, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate in Applied Science with all the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto appertaining.
Amir Shadiq. Jingyuan Lee. Daniel Beria. Justin Serafin. Eric Markatoma. Marlene Kukuku. Marcos Velez. Julian Massot. Sung En Kim. Hector Mejia. Michael Sandalescu. Chanel McCarthy. Jean-Marie Pierre Louis. Aliyah Salim. Mabjul Buyan. Brasotiga Kulendran. Carlos Enrique Rojas. Catherine Massinang K.
What's your name?
Hafsa Faria.
Tell her.
Valentina Bastina.
I'm sorry, say it.
Valentina Bastina.
Valentina Bastin Maloy. Chinoso Nonyelu. Fanu Preeti. Christian Vanegas. Evan Feng. Yesenia Gavilanes. Janelle Fuentes. Baghdad Mohammed.
I don't know. What's your name?
Jessica Loha.
Champri Kaur.
Champreet Kaur.
You don't have a card.
Arpita Barua.
Bonilla.
Edwin Bonilla. Delilah Alvarez. Jaleel Lewis. Leah Baracos. Emily Rodriguez. Jocelyn Garcia. Remberto Vilar. Mahama Zango. Kizito Acotiga. Bernadelle Birmingham. Ronaldo Desin. Danny Fernandez. Vivekanand Persad. Nadine Jones Mullins. Christopher Chuck. Shamir Ali. Mahia Riley. Josephine Wong. Grace Shin. Spiros Catejes. Gustavo Alzate Sierra. Soraya Rahman. Alexa Chuntarabunta. Ronnie McLeod. Moxie Chin. Ryan Lamb. Gilda Gabrielle. Jose Bonilla. Harasma Karim. Tanvir Hassan Raju. Denzel Sancho. Danny Miss Kiri. Bibi Panday. Marie Francis Allen. Liza Piedra. Indira Pena. Monifa Codrington. Anthony Tandia. Hung Wei Ju. Shanjung Kao. Yanfeng Liang. Maria Montoya. Naima Akbar. Zohre Mohammad Beghi. Venita Khan. Malgorzata Zaid. Stephanie Zimmerman. Jason Ruan. Wei Dong Zheng. Aleidi Terrero. Isela Aponte. Vijanti Budram. Dodrick Tugman. Jasmine Moreno. Darlene Duran.
You say it like famous.
Faulan Mejias. Tyrone Kalu. Cheyenne Sakline. Somwadi Jaggernaut. Andre Ubayo, Farahun Dana, Stephen Orellana, Kaine Wing, Denise Rivera, Stephanie Jambier, Jocelyn Isidoro, Veronica Nunez Tejada, Dilpreet Kaur, Jemima Kazaya Altobar, Maisha Mim, Ozalfa Iqbal, Ranjita Singh, Angelica Ruyon, Evangelos Papas, Andrew Budrum, Jacqueline Edwards, Mirella Muyudumbai, Jace Dennison,
Oh, no, I don't, yeah, they are, but I don't need.
Alexis Yase, Abdur Razak Tawahil,
Thank you.
Nasiba Paroma, Farid Rahman, Shanisa Jarvis, Wendy Zelaya, Michelle Perez, Michelle Sola, Jacqueline Mullen, Farah Hambier, Suna Huang, Yan Yan Wang, Janice McPartland, Joseph Slowensky, Lila Citrin, Jadelle Lewis, Jamie McCullough, Karen Singer, Abinab Israel, Jennifer Evangelista, Emily Aguilar, Selena Samaru, Jayi Lu, Alyssa Ortiz, Mamadou Makalu, Thomas Byrne, Ryan Lee, Princess Morales,
All right, you want to read the name? You have to hold this, yeah, but it can't hold.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead, you can go.
Tahira Tompasino. Val Carcel.
Thank you.
Caitlin Vegan.
Go ahead.
Maria Mirajia. Christopher Oliveri. Maria Greek. Stephanie Vargas. Stephanie Hood Abenati. Catherine Castro Hood. Iris Espinal.
We were always the fastest.
I just yelled at him.
Will candidates for the degree of Associate in Science and for certificates please rise?
The candidates for the degree of Associate in Science are assembled, as are the candidates for certificates. President Mangino, these candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees. I am pleased to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate in Science and grant their certificates.
Upon the recommendation of the Dean and the Provost and Vice President, as well as the faculty of the college, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate in Science with all the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto appertaining, and I grant you certificates.
Where's everybody?
Olivia Jackson Sumter. Jenny Barmejo. Jacob Robles. Leslie Romero. Marissa Amaya. Kia Williams. Adreem Howard. Kayla Rosario Wong. Lucia Ruzizi. Nayeli Bustillo. Angie Arguello. Warda Siddiqui. Antisar Said. Denise Acevedo. Brisha Brown. Natalie Sinfleur. Sabrina Sukram. Fiza Jamil. Audrey Arias. Titus Dean. Ryan Wilkinson. Joseph Kashki. Brittany Karayan. Nani Dagagrio. Sadi Morgan. Sade Morgan. Brenda Jean. Akram Gabriel. Taylor Allen. Junyu P. Julia Tolango. Rebecca Jaffe. Wenesca Piguero. Angelina Sundar. Allison Altamirano. Andre Thomas. Bushra Khan. Victoria Bamwu. Milagros Mamprart.
Here you go. Keep going. Keep going.
DC Vanderpool.
Keep going.
Jendaya Hood. Oh, that was the wrong last name. English. Kimberly Pereira. Wendy Cuevas. Yep. Israt Zahan. Vimla Budram. Tyhoon Kim. Persephone Gonzalez. Andrew Florville. Kimberly Cruz. Wael Azakari. Anam Khan. Brandon Trejo Lopez. Alana Joseph. Dominique Castro. David Krisham. Melissa Zarimeno. Hussein Mansour. Regina Pagis. Destiny Rankin. Daniel Jackson. Navia Raphael. Diana Rumnarin. Jason Mendoza. Wilza Marat. Let's see. Moreno. Yahari Chocolat. Catherine Son Escobar. Angelica Persad. Mengpin Yu. Adriana Hernandez Flores. April Simmons. Devin Donaldson. Norma Gill. Shania Chantel Maxwell. Damaris Santana. Aaliyah Babulo. Onestri Sagara. Stephanie Menchala. Marcela Espinosa Baez. Natalie Hernandez. Aisha Sohel. Deorani Gafour. Sarah Abraham. Feng Fang Lee. Enmi Chen. Cindy Andrade. Monica Austin. Tushar Saha. Javakni. Thomas Simmons. Jessica Medina. Danny Soul.
Jabari Sampson. Michael Jaikaran. Jaden Jolly. Ruth Ann Hall. Adolina Ules. Bhupeshwari Goban. Rockroy Green.
Thank you.
Usha Kunal. Charlinsa Silver. Hans Medina. Shadman Khan. Razi Torres. Magfir Hassan Jafari. Nobab Khan. Fariya Chowdhury. Keisha Santana. Sharon Wiggins. Anson Yunwoo Chung. Betty Renard. Ronel Vaquet. Jose Hernandez. Joseph Alejandro. Monique Martin. Zoila Tercios. Lisbeth Sanchez. Carol Francis. Hikyung An.
Oh, you didn't give me your name?
Kishore, Alexandria Kishore. Odalis Perez. Nicole Mieses.
Go ahead.
Cindy Lopez. Marvin Badilla. Jada Cresswell. Joshua Michelle.
Thank you.
Rebecca Vince. Heidi Soriano. Brenda Flores. Habibule Belem. Cesar Flores. Julia Palacios. Monthan Pansad. Wailinkan Mount. Marcos Navarrete. Jason Schoenfeld. Jahabile John Paul. Chantal Reynoso. Dominique Gordon.
Thank you. Hold on 1 second. Stay with me. Go. You can.
Jahan Perez. Liana Smith. Randy Van Sertima. Jada Clark. Esther Mangra. Sunina Chetty. Jonathan Morales. Brian Allende. Brandon Moscoso. Latifa Baba. Autumn Peters. Yannick Chereves. Marilinda Abahi. Marissa Gomez. Shania Saratian. Aaron Shimunov. Jahilin Constanza. Taylor McKenzie. Kaylin Chung. Anastasia Homcharan. Wascalenes Soto. Jasmine Orego. Wilcania Guerrero Ortega Canela. Jorge Jordan Sanchez. Valeria Bachera.
Rohit Kaur. Sharifa Balkaran. Angie Salazar.
There is no more Betty.
Frank Ortiz. Aquila Williams. Karen Vargas Pinos. Shahira Ali. Brittany Aragon. Angelina Colon. Jasmine Iris Castillo. Omaima Abdel Wahed. Brianna Suku. Chanel Wigfall. Antonio Presco. Jaime Loja. Jasmine Serrano. Ariba Saghir. Sarah Schiffman, Angelique Bryce, Samuel Campbell, Jason Mendiola, Eric Frimpong,
Go ahead, go.
John Kochukanayatfield, Adnan Tariq, Afia Rahman, Catherine Torres Ventura, Georgette Brown, Dimple Parikh, Aurora Jimenez Banuelos, Jin Wu Bang, Catherine Garcia, Joseph Dorismond, Gloria Perez, Davin Singh, Amit Mukram, Shania K. Williams, Vishal Diyal, Vishwani Joda, Isabel Etienne, Celeste Abramowitz, Veronica Lehman, Gianella Balda, Sabrina Akhtar, Adrian Pinzon, Angela Khan, Marsha Anderson, Minglu Liu, Chloe Gabriel, Andre Haywood, Christopher Tomlinson, Matthew Taylor, Johanna Estrella, Johnny Spencer, Jaspreet Kaur, Mohammed Mia, Osmane Diallo, Mariama Balde, Anthony Blackman, Ryan Sutherland, Rashid Baraki, Kenrick Lowe, Shanetta McNeely, Jerson Bazile, Amina Moses, Tina W. Fan, Shapnil Asan, Miguel Cribillero, Karen Rojas, Alice Long, Aliyah de Mendonca,
Go to the very bottom.
Eunice Alvarado, Jayun Munred Munji, Jazare Zorija, Chawani Singh, Dominique Ferrance, Hamilton Boykin, Amir Dean, Sephora Pinkasov, Yang Su, Mohammed Awan, Ji Yi Chen Wang, Junting Cheng, Shiti Makwana, Jarin Mahmood, Mahfujur Rahman, Abdullah Mamoon, Jodian Shariah, Jessica Useche, Shanate Burgess,
Nancy Velasquez, Leah Young, Shuab Ahmed, Fabricio Galarza, Taveen Warner, Nikesha Folks, Bayan Abdullah, Batul Abdallah, Michael Feely, Roshana Manbud, Amy Chavaguri, Christine Kim, Ianju Lee, Jonathan Luna Escalona,
Yes,
Ivy Cooper, Aisha Roper, Jamal Rivers, Massimo Leandri,
last name Mia.
Emron Mia, Emmanuel Azate Canas,
Last name. Pujan Shrestha.
Pujan Shrestha. Ashley Puertas. Simona Mitak. Anjuman Alpo. Lira Akand. Claribel Duran Abu. Norman Brumeri. Evan Ashley. Mauricio Peña. Prameshwar Nandram. Samaya Ramon. Nareshma Ramratan. Wanisha Abdul Rahman. Zara Sattar. Anika Singh. Fatima Buyan. Sonia Akbar. Louis Serna. Dalat Seymour. Jeremy Gordon.
Mohammed Oemor. Jose Pico Zambrano. Caleb Cifuentes. Lena Jacumas. Jonathan Frias. Alex Hilano. Jaime Jaramillo. Jenna Hinckley. Kaylin Zhu. John Lee. Alwin Liu. Darshan Kumar Patel. Chetty Wright. Vivian Zhu. Vivian Higuita. Iktiar Apan. Annika Purin. Ashley Ramos. Jessica Guzman. Dylan Ramos. Brianna Maxwell. Ragdar Al-Samet. Xiaonan Ying. Cynthia Benavides. Ashley Mercedes. Diva Carey. Reina Solis. Maxine Griffin. Tamia Lewis. Dixa Darji. Jose Hernandez. Alexander Jogovic. Ataya Rahman, start at the bottom. Maya Speller. No, waiting. Khadija Raufi. Annika Bowen. Melanie Cordero. Asia Mobley. Fariha Chowdhury. Yamiki Dankor. Samira Amin. Jennifer Cortez. Cornell Carolina. Dion Bijraj. Diana Sarujin.
Eugene.
Roy McDonald.
This is Eugene.
Eugene Theogene. Jake Garger. Junixa Valerio. Nathanael Nexel. Michael Wegeman. Cassie Jordan. John Velez. Jessica Robles. Jennifer Chavez.
Graduates, you have been conferred a degree which brings rights and privileges. As a graduate, you also have a responsibility in your community. Be a participant, make a difference. Queensborough graduates pledge to leave this world a better place than you found it. Will the class of 2022 please stand in recognition of the conferment of your degree? Please move the tassel of your cap from the right to the left side. Congratulations. As these ceremonies come to a close, please remain in your places for the recessional and until all members of the platform party have exited. Afterward, you are invited to meet your faculty by the department banners displayed along the track. Your teachers and the staff who played such an important part in your lives congratulate you and wish you well. Thank you all for being with us today.